We'll go and get started with Ava.
Scott, you guys have talked a lot about the ability or inability to close games at different points in the season. What went well really late in the fourth quarter tonight?
Well, Russell calmed us down, made a couple of big shots. Um, I like Brad's attacks. I really like Brad's attack. I thought he could have easily gotten to the free throw line. But we played hard. We played hard. It's nice having everybody back. It gives you the best chance, and you have all kinds of options. When you have that, we can compete against anybody, and that's the great thing about it. Now we just have to stay healthy and keep it consistent throughout the remaining games of the season.
And Brad played 37 minutes after you said he would be on a minutes restriction. At what point does he say, no, leave me in? Or do you say, if you feel good enough, you can keep going?
About 4 minutes into the game, he said, "I could play more. I could play more." I'm thinking to myself, really? We haven't even been through a first quarter yet. But you could tell. I mean, you could tell just our meeting this morning that he had a little bit more pep in his step, and you can just tell. I was glad that. I mean, I communicate with the staff. I communicate with him throughout the game, and he wasn't. I mean, if it wouldn't went to overtime, it would have been. I mean, he would have obviously played it. But I was trying to really at that point. All I was telling me just keep it like at 36. That's what he's played most of the year, and then we'll see how he handles it tomorrow. But yeah, I really try to keep it in the 34 range. But you're
Chase.
talking 2 minutes, not that big of a deal.
Chase.
Scott, you've used center by committee throughout the season. Tonight, they had a lot of success collectively against Rudy Gobert. What do you think was the key, particularly for Lopez and Gafford?
Well, we've been doing that, ever since TB got hurt early in the season, and I think it's been pretty good. I mean, I've never done it before. I've never done this before, but I'm trying to figure out ways to get the best combinations, and it's definitely, trust me, it's tricky. It keeps me up at night throughout the day trying to figure it out, and then you got to factor in who's playing well with them, and foul trouble. But I kind of like them all. I mean, Gaff's obviously in a minute restriction, and Rolo. I mean, he's buckets down against the second line bigs, and they all give us a little bit different. Gafford gives us a lot of bit different, but he's his minutes and his efficiency has been really good because he keeps it simple. Get something at the rim, and he catches lobs and runs the floor. He contests shots, and you know, I thought all three bigs gave us some good minutes.
And Davis, if you look at the box score, it was only 10 points, but how helpful was it, the timing of when those points came?
The timing was critical. I like the fact that after the first quarter, we knew we this team is incredibly gifted, experience, offensive talent, defensive talent. They got everything right now. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they advance to the NBA finals. But that first quarter we gave them so many like mistake threes, and when you do that, they can drop 42 on you. But I thought that after that, the next two quarters it was really great defense. Even the fourth quarter, thought it was good defense. I thought we had chances to get to the free throw line, and we had guys on the floor, and they were just getting in transition, and that was tough. And then they got to the free throw line all quarter.
Fred.
Hey, Scott. These last 5 or 6 games with Rolo, how do you evaluate this streak of just a guy kind of doing the exact same move over and over again? Do you consider it a hot streak, or do you think you guys or he has unlocked something that's sustainable the rest of the year?
Well, I think, he's getting deep position. We like the matchups, and when we see a matchup we like, Russell has good synergy with them, and and he has good hands. He has great footwork, and I think he's. I mean, I'm expecting him to play like this. I mean, every game he's not going to, only miss one or two shots. I get that, but the positioning, the shot attempts, there's no question that he's really good around the basket. He's very confident either hand, but that's becoming a very valuable offensive weapon for us.
Zach.
Coach, it seemed like Bonga really gave you a push there in the second. What has he been like kind of behind the scenes, not really having a set role, except you kind of just throw him into the fire when you need him?
Yeah, I mean, he's 21 years old, and he's played a lot of more minutes last season than he played his first season by a ton. He hasn't been getting a lot of consistent minutes lately, but we got to keep working and keep developing. I came to the media room tonight, and he's in there in the visiting team's weight room, and that's a great sign to me because he needs to get stronger. He needs to be able to absorb some, offensive push-offs and be able to defend without fouling with some more strength. But we're going to keep working him, and I'm glad he came in because it's hard. He doesn't play a lot, and to come in and to play well, he hit a big shot, got his defensive stop, made a layup. The other layup, he did everything. It did everything but go in the basket, but I thought his minutes were very important.
All right, got a couple more here. Neil.
Hey, Scott. Denny has been better about not getting into foul trouble, it seems, recently. But today, the first half, couldn't have gone worse for him. He had an elbow that was called against him. Mitchell got a call against him. A screen, he got a call. Do you think that this is just like a random occurrence and he's gotten better at, staying out of foul trouble?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's gotten better. I mean, he's not. I mean, I wasn't going to plan on only playing him 9 minutes, but that's just the way the game is. You got to adjust. That's why we have a healthy team, and sometimes we can absorb some foul troubles and situations like that. It's all learning experience for Danny. I love his, like I tell you guys all the time, I love his effort. I love his care level, and it's just some nights are going to be better than others. And all young players, not just first year, second, third year players, have the same. Sometimes you have some good moments, and then sometimes you wish, you didn't play that night. But tonight was a game for him that's another experience playing against good players. I thought a couple of times he did foul, and the referee's going to call it.
And we'll finish up with Kellen.
Hey, Scott. So this is the second time that you beat the Jazz, who have the best or have the most wins in the NBA. But, this year's Wizards has also been pretty inconsistent sometimes in terms, so what is this, putting in the wins in context of this season altogether? What do you think this says these two wins says about the team?
Well, I mean, we still got a lot of games left. We still got, I think, 19. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep challenging each other. We're going to keep pushing each other. I'm going to keep pushing the team forward. I know we've went through, I mean, as this season goes on, I can say I've experienced things I never thought I would ever experience as a head coach. But I'm still proud of the fact that we keep fighting and we're not making excuses. And we still have a chance to keep, to have a really cool and interesting journey to this season. But I like the way guys are playing. Everybody seems to accept their roles. And when you have a healthy roster, we haven't really had that for a long time, but it's kind of nice having it. We just got to stay healthy. And, even Rolo, he's a guy, sometimes I think he's a knucklehead, no matter how cold it is, he still has a t-shirt on. And we can't afford to get him sick because he's in a nice rhythm right now. Thank God it's springtime and the weather's turning, so he can wear a t-shirt and be like a normal person.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
B, I know you missed a few free throws late and you were kicking yourself about it, but just to get that, grind that out, and a winning streak like that, 24 straight home games. I know you were part of the 17 game one that we had, back in 16, 17. How big was that?
First person I learned to serve Jesus Christ. It's for the opportunity to be able to play a game that I love. But most part, it's tough. I didn't know they had 24 straight wins at home until after the game. That's just a testament to them. And like you said, I've been a part of something like that a few years ago. We won 17 straight at home. It's an unbelievable feeling. You just feel like you just can't be beat at home. But granted, we played really well tonight. Aggressive on the defensive end and made a lot of things tough for them. This is a team that really first and 3 points attempted and first and 3 points made. A lot of guys shooting high 40s, 50s, from three. So we definitely had our hands full, but I love how we accepted all the challenges and made it tough for them.
How have you liked playing with Gafford so far?
Well, I haven't had a lob threat in my whole career. So I like the fact I just throw the damn ball up to the rim and he'll go get it, even if it's a horrible pass.
Chase.
Hey, Brad. Coach Brooks said that very early in this game, you were telling him that you could exceed what was supposed to be a minutes restriction. So how did that go from your perspective, and just how did you feel coming back from the back tightness?
Well, if I'm the one that said I don't want minutes, I think that should let you know how I felt. But everything feels good. My body feels good. I feel good early on. I didn't have any problems. So, no minutes.
Sorry. And when it comes to Daniel Gafford and just having him in the lineup, what's it like having him when you go up in a game against a guy like Rudy Gobert, when you've played so many games against centers like that without a player like Gafford? What's it like now having one like him?
He has to respect his man. A lot of times, a lot of teams will have their big stay with me until I pass the ball. But he has to respect that his man will dunk the ball all night if he's not respective in that fashion. So we just constantly try to make it tough and put pressure on the defense getting downhill. And Gaff is a good catch guy, finish, catch and look. He does a great job of being under control when he has the ball. So just having him has been terrific. He's a quick learner, fast learner, super athlete, as we all know. Like I said, I've never had a lob threat before, so it's definitely fun and exciting.
Fred.
Hey, Brad. It's been like 5 or 6 games where I feel like Rolo hasn't missed a hook shot. What would you describe makes him as successful as he is, which is kind of throwing up the same shot over and over again in the post?
Ain't broke, don't fix it, Fred. You know that. He just does a really good job of using his body. And guys can't block it. That's just the tell of the tape. He had a guy tonight who couldn't block his shot. As a defensive player here, he couldn't block his shot. So we were, we always go to that. No matter who we're playing, we're going to Rolo, we're giving him touches. He does a great job of being strong with the ball, being under control, and you can't block it. I don't know what it is, but it's a testament to his hard work and him really perfecting that part of his craft.
And on a more serious note, the Timberwolves and the Twins and I believe the Wild also, they suspended their games tonight after the police shooting in Minnesota, and you've just been very outspoken on very similar issues, and I was just wondering what your reaction was to some. I'm sure you saw those games were suspended today, and what your reaction was to seeing that.
Minnesota does a great job. Obviously being in that state, I think that's a no-brainer. I haven't seen the video footage of what actually happened with Dante, but just hearing, about what happened. I'm not a police officer, but you can't. It's very hard for you to mistake a taser for a gun. I don't know. I'm not about to sit here and say all police are like that, but in that situation, I don't know. I'm not falling for that one. So kind of ironic, in the last few years, it's been a lot of those, stories coming up. You know, somebody is fatally shot without having a weapon because the officer thought it was a taser. That doesn't. Well, shit. Should we take tasers and guns away from police too? Then, like, what is the ultimate? You know, like, what is the end game here? You know, so it's frustrating. It's annoying. It continues to happen. Uh, it's bullshit, honestly. So I don't know. America needs to be better, and we got to fix our police systems ASAP.
All right, last question to Quinn.
Oh, I even got another one. Even the fellow troop who was arrested and the officer said, "Yeah, you should be scared." That's bullshit. Because here you have a guy who literally lives and fights to protect so we can wake up every damn day. What if he decides to use his military skills on those two police officers? Will he be in the wrong? Like, where does it stop? You have somebody who protects us in the military. Would you trade spots with him? But you got a gun in your hand and, you know, a lot of power behind that gun. Go ahead, Q.
I think that was that's it. I'll table my question.
All right, Brad. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Quinn.
Hey Daniel, you seem like you have this energy about you, and guys love to play with you, or especially here in DC. What do you think you can really bring to a team, like with your athleticism and your ability to go up and pretty much catch everything? Brad said previously in this last press conference that he can just throw the ball anywhere, no matter if it's a bad pass, you go get it. Can you just kind of describe like what you deliver to a team, even though we know it, and also playing with guys like Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal who love playing on the court?
I mean, just really coming out and just I'm gonna take my mask off. I feel like y'all can't hear me. But just really just coming out and playing my game. You know, I've been an energy guy all my life. I just come out. I mean, I love the game of basketball. I'm gonna come out and just work my tail off as much as I possibly can. I got a defensive mindset first, and then I worry about offense second. I mean, like I said, the first time that I got to Washington, you can throw it to the moon and I'll bring it back down there. Other than that, I mean, I just come out and I play ball. I play hard, and you know, at the end of the day, I don't let anything really kind of like cloud my thoughts when I'm on the floor. I try to keep a positive mindset as much as I possibly can to be able to withstand, like, you know, the pressure that comes with the game. You know, being able to have that mental aspect to go in and not let anything phase you, because teams see that, and you know, they're wear and tear when it comes to, you know, down the stretch and stuff. So I just come in with a positive mindset. I just play my game, you know, get guys open and get myself open at the same time.
And a lot of different teams throughout this season have allowed fans, some haven't. With Utah, it seems like tonight was the most apparent that you could like feel the energy and hear those fans. What did it feel like to kind of, you know, be down the clutch in the stretch of a very, you know, heated game and kind of feel that energy, especially in the free throws and, you know, down that last minute or so?
I mean, you know, the fans' energy is electric. You know, it's always going to be contagious. And I mean, it's good to see as many people as we had tonight, and it's good to see that many people back in the gym. You know, just being in certain gyms, certain things like that, where they don't have fans and stuff, kind of gets depressing at some point in time.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, it's just you, your staff, and the other team. You know, but it's always good to have fans in the building because, you know, they love the game just as much as we do. And having them in there and having their energy and certain things like that makes the game just, you know, it's just like clockwork. It just makes it good. I really can't describe it. It's an undescribable feeling that I get, especially when fans are in the building.
Appreciate that.
Chase.
Hey man, first of all, it looked like you were kind of holding your side during the game. Was it that like your ribs or your muscle? Like, how would you kind of describe what happened there?
I kind of fell on my shoulder, going for a rebound. I wouldn't say I don't know if I got pushed or anything like that, but I mean, I hit the ground kind of hard. I came up and it was just bad. It wasn't my ribs or anything. It was just like behind my shoulder. So, I got a heat pack on it now, so it's feeling better. But other than that, yeah, it wasn't too fatal to where I was supposed to come out or anything like that. I'm a tough guy. I walked it off. I'll be good tomorrow.
And the start you've had with this team, I mean, it's only 4 games, but it's just gone so well. You've won 3 of them, and you're putting up really good numbers. Just what have you kind of learned about the fit between you and the Wizards in this short period of time?
Really just coming in and doing my job. You know, like I said with the first question, I think it was the first question, just like having a defensive mindset first, then just doing whatever I can with offense. You know, I try to protect home as much as I possibly can. They brought me here because of, you know, what I can do on defense. And I mean, you know, they brought me here to do my job, so that's what I'm going to do.
Zach.
DG, when you go up against someone like Gobert, who kind of he does what you do, but he's a little bit bigger, you know, just like what have you learned from his game, and how do you feel like you fared tonight?
Really just with his pacing and whatnot. You know, he plays a great amount of minutes throughout all games that he plays through. You know, he does what he has to do. You know, he blocks shots, he sets screens, pick and roll. You know, he doesn't really try to do anything that's bringing him out of his comfort zone. He's playing his game and he's staying in his comfort zone and staying in his body. And just learning from that, I mean, just being I would say not just like in his position, you know, learning from that, just being a shot blocker and just really just pacing myself. Because I mean, I want to play for sure, you know, a whole lot more minutes, just like how he's playing. You know, I want to be able to withstand, like, you know, going up and down as much as I possibly can. I know I'm on limited minutes right now because I'm just not getting back. Sooner or later, I'm going to try to be in that position, and I want that to stick. You know, I don't want to come back in that situation and take that for granted again, just like having all those minutes, because I mean, that's when coach is putting his trust in me to be out there longer. So I got to show him that I can be able to withstand that.
Do you know how much longer you'll be on a restriction?
I don't know. I mean, you know, I just come and play ball.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think that's it.
All
Appreciate
right. You. Thank y'all.
All right, guys, that is it for tonight. We'll see you back Wednesday night.